Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It is not the next day, it's the next day, because responsible grown-ups have to fix things that break. And this responsible grown-up got to work on the dryer. So that's what I did yesterday. So today, we are going to get things turned back on. You know, walk around, turn on all our TVs. We'll get our music running in a minute. But today, I want to do a couple things. One, I'm going to tackle this scariness, I think. Or at least start the approach. Because remember, it only has to look good relative to itself. So, I think this will get popped a couple times and we'll just kind of get there from here. This side is probably going to have the exact same thing happen. So if we sliced it there, popped it up, bridged it, we'd be there. I'm going to have to address those at some point, but I don't think that's today. The other thing I'd like to address if I've got time is trying to make this a little closer. The more I look at it, the more I think I can get that closer. So I got 3 or 4 hours today to just kind of get at it. So let's see what we can get done. Okay, it's been about a half an hour, and I spent a little time figuring out how I want to do this. And here is what I've been doing. One, I removed that. It was just kind of in my way. But we have to account for that space. Two, what I've had to do is actually make a series of cuts here. I'm slowly getting that moved out. So I still need to do some more pulling here. So I probably got to do one more cut right here because there is a bit of fold there. But you can see this is starting to come out. And all I'm trying to do is get this to relax. And luckily we never re-welded it to this bracket because that bracket can be placed wherever the headlight needs it to be. So we can deal with that later. But you can see I've lifted that, pulled it out, hammered it back over because of course it peeled. But there. So I may still have to make one more little slice here. We'll see. But I'm getting kind of happy with that. That's starting to look a lot closer. And yeah, these welds aren't going to be fun, but they're in my wheelhouse. You know, we'll just get this out of the way. So let me get back to it. Okay, we've got some tacks going here. So now I'm going to take this off, which takes a couple minutes, and then we can build that up as well. Because you can see it needs to come out, so I'll mark where that needs to be. We'll get that built up. And then I think that's actually going to work. Let's see from the side here. Now, I haven't ground anything. I just wire brushed it. But you can see, yeah, that's going to contour pretty nice, I think. Our first pass here at our build-up. I think there's more to do here, and then just knocking some of the boogers down. You can see there's still definitely some windows to fill in here. There you go, now you can see them. But we're getting there. So all of that still needs built up. One thing I've learned watching a couple of the other YouTubers that for some reason are following me and actually know what they're doing is I don't got to get too crazy here. Let the filler do its job as well. But I think before I do any more, I'm going to stick the valence back here, throw that bolt in, and make sure I'm approaching this correctly. I don't want to spend too much time building this corner and then have to change it. You can't just bolt one bolt. You have to throw all of them in to keep it in line. So I don't have those completely cranked. You can see the gap. I don't care. I only care about the warp and twist. So we come up here and we can see we've got the right height. We're almost at the right shape even here. I like this. I just got to come up a little higher and out a little. Could add some here as well. Don't know that I need to. One of the things I'm going to do while I'm here though is go ahead and tack this fold down before I pull it back apart. Okay. Got enough build up here. We're going to take this back off and grind it all down. Okay, we're coming around. Here's our nose cup. You know, we're just hitting here, although that honestly could probably, yeah, that's fine. So you can see, I think when it's filler time, we're going to do a little straightening here. I hope that's showing up. But peeling that out, I don't know how much more I want to get crazy grinding in here. One, I'm going to be doing some body work here anyway. But two, I don't want to be hitting too much of this and making it thin. It's an area where rocks and bugs are going to go. So I don't think I want it thin, but you can see I got the weld pretty flapped down. And what I've been doing, another trick I saw on the internet, 3-inch on a 2-inch arbor, and it creates like this little flappy part, and that actually has worked really good. So I've got one high spot right here. I know you guys can't see it. I got a spot here I got to keep grinding. I'm not going to pit all the way into here. That'll be body work. But this is really coming out. Pretty happy with where that's all falling. Next time it's off, I got to do a slight grind right here. And then, you know, I think that's going to look pretty good. So there's a start. Remembering too that once I get the new eyebrows, we're probably going to be doing work here to make them line up just a little nicer. So we'll see. I know they didn't look perfect from the factory, but well, if you're painting it, you might as well make it look as nice as you can. And then an elephant in the room. Yes, I like Japanese heavy metal music. I picked up the habit in Okinawa in the early 90s when I was in the Marine Corps. I used to go to Cannon Club on BC Street in, 92, 93, and then 94, 95. And yeah, always loved it. So if you hear it in the background, that's why. Okay, and for now, we have a single tack here. I put this under tension and just do a tack on there. It'll be easy to change later if I need to, but I think this is where this will wind up. So better hold it now. While it was apart, I figured I'd start monkeying with getting these. I've got one bolt still under tension here, but we're getting there. So, you know, these aftermarket brackets from Good Market, they're not perfect, but we've got enough adjustability so you can see I'm down to just that much air. So next time the fender's off, I think I can just twist that in. It's taking a little work. One of the things I found is my inner, see this split here and this funky shape? Come look at what it's supposed to look like. Should be a nice 90-degree pop there. So that's also part of what, you know, whatever happened before. So I've actually just been gently lifting, you know, little and a little, you know, little and a little with both hands, obviously, just to kind of get this to relax a little. And in a minute, I'm going to find a reference point and verify that everything is at heights that I like. Problem I'm going to run into is I don't know that the tires are the same height, so it'll take me a minute. Okay, we've actually been working a lot over here so we'll get back to that in just a second. I just got this lined back up and did a quick pass with where did I put it? Let's follow it around. It's here somewhere. Oh, it fell. Okay. This has a little fluff wheel on here. It's not very coarse, so I was using that to just kind of clean, you know, make it so I can see what's going on. And you can see this is pretty tight here. Let me give it a little tap there, even tighter. So you can see that's pretty good. Remember too, this is the one where I had to add those repairs on the inside. While the valence was off, did a little more straightening in this section here, and you can see it's better. Let me grab my straight edge, which of course now has a welding helmet on it. You can see it's still not perfect. See that bow? I don't have that over here. So we're getting there. The important thing is it's helping to bring this in. Now I do still have an extra clamping point yet right here, but without the clamping point, you can see just how tight that's getting. I may not wind up having to weld on this or this at all if I keep straightening this piece. So we've done a lot of bending here and a lot of bending here to try to bring all of this metal back over where it goes. So the next thing is I've got to start looking at my buildup here. I keep looking at it and I don't think it's worth pulling this one all apart. Not when that's all I've got right there. So I may just clean that and then take a good look at it. It may just be easier to fill that one in. This one was not. That was a lot of material. But that side, yeah, maybe. And then of course, when it's all said and done, I've still got to get that kind of look. So there will be some body work right here, but we knew that. Okay, so here's where we're at here. I threw a quick tack across to keep them in plane. Built that up a little bit, which really didn't take much. And I've done a very rough grind. And I'm getting ready to cut that so I can pop the valance off, finish shaping this one. But I think that's the way to do it. You can see I got some fill here, but that'll be easier to do with this off. But yeah, this is gonna work out. Yeah, I was incorrect on how much this was gonna take. I actually did have to do a tiny slice right here, but you can see that's all kind of back in, and I'm about ready to put the valance back on and see if I'm close. I should be pretty close here. You'll also notice this is getting straighter and straighter, so we're getting better. Oh, and look at that. They're bolted in. Well, I gotta say, this is getting just ever so slightly better every time I monkey with it. I think I could take a little here, and that might help down in here, but this is actually almost livable already, and it's not under as much tension as it used to be. You'll note we're also getting more clearance here. This side, they're only hand tight for now, but you see we got basically the same shape. A little bit of work here, and like I said, I might grind just a little more right there, but gotta let the filler do its job. As long as light, okay, I got one hole I gotta fill. I hadn't done that yet. I gotta fill that hole because I don't want filler being the only way through. See, this one is all metal. We pulled this again and it's back. I brought that in just a little bit, and I think that makes it slightly tighter. If nothing else, it makes this join look a lot nicer. It's much, much smoother. Oh, body work, and you'll never notice that. That'll be great. So I think I'm making some good progress today. Probably going to wrap it up soon. Believe it or not, I've been on here a lot longer than I thought this would take. But I think the valance is getting very close. So thank God I'm not paying somebody, because this would have been way more than the $70 the new valance cost. The problem is the new valance didn't fit. So did it matter? And with that, I am calling it for the day. We have plans tonight. I want to try to get this video up before we go. But you'll notice, and I have all new grill stuff on order, don't worry. But you'll notice that now sits at a much better angle. This also sitting at a better angle. The best part is I've actually got bolts in both of them now. So both of them needed a ton of work. These Goodmark fenders are the worst. It's now strong. I'm going to body work the rest of that. I don't want to do any more grinding here, and it's really not that bad. Same with this side. When I did my strength test on this side, when it was apart, you know, took the pick and smacked it. There was a spot that bent, so we redid it. And the rest of that's just going to be, you know, body work right there, but it's strong, and that's all I care about right there. Same with this. This will get body work, even though it'll be hidden. You know, it gets hidden by the grill, but let's try to make everything as nice as we can. Yeah, so thank you, Adam's Custom Shop, for reminding me that I could just split that. Thanks to everybody I've been watching. There is a lot of great stuff out there. It's amazing the things you can learn if you're not afraid of trying stuff just by watching a couple guys monkeying around on the computer. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. ShopWreck says, drink responsibly.